what's up you guys, this is Rob from Guy Plays, and today on the Quick Draw, we're getting right on top of them when we take a look at the Fragor Prime. Okay, so let's be real here, I really don't know what else I can say that hasn't already been said. Literally, the moment it went live, the chorus of fellating fanboys was unleashed, and the Fragor Prime rose into the golden halls of Warframe infamy, carried by the rising waters created from the unyielding salivation of crit lovers and the tears of power creep mourners everywhere. Now, after a good amount of play, I have discovered a couple quirks that I'm not the fondest of. Regardless, the Fragor Prime still proves to be one of the best melee weapons currently in game. Now, as with all primed weapons, due to vaulting, drop table shifting, or potential map changes, I'm just going to leave a link to its drop locations in the description box below. That way the info will stay as up to date as humanly possible. Now, the Fragor Prime's primary damage type is Impact, with a small yet balanced chunk of Slash and Puncture. As you all know, Impact is fantastic against all forms of shielding, but does suffer against Corpus and Grenier Flesh. So as always, ensure that you're using the appropriate elemental combo in order to deal the optimal amount of damage. Now, for those of you who've never used the Fragor before, it's basically a big fucking hammer. It's quite slow, but had decent critical stats to make up for it, and honestly, DE basically took that idea and ran with it for its prime variant. It got a boost in its base damage, jumping from 115 up to 130, as well as some serious love to its supplemental stats. Its critical chance skyrocketed from 20 up to 35%, giving it the highest critical chance for a melee weapon currently in game. Its critical multiplier went from 2 up to 2.5, and even its channeling damage got a bit of a boost, shifting from 1.5 to 1.8. However, when it comes to stat shifts, there is one small downside. It's had its attack speed reduced from 0.833 down to 0.8. which honestly feels like a small price to pay for all the added oomph. Just keep in mind that it may feel like you're wading through molasses until you land your first few criticals when you're trying to trigger Berserker. Alright, so there is a lot to love about the weapon. With its high base crit when equipped with the body count and blood rush combo, you'll start seeing red crits as early as your 1.5 times combo counter. Coupled with Organ Chatter, its increased critical multiplier make the Fragor Prime even more devastating. And factoring in the fact that each swing deals so much damage that you'll probably be killing enemies in a single blow, channeling isn't such a terrible idea when you only have to pay the cost for 1 or 2 swings per enemy, especially if you're running a rage build. I think that my only issue with the Fragor Prime so far is the fact that its effective melee range is only 3 meters. 5 meters if you're using a max prime reach, which honestly is fairly short when in comparison the Jacket Tag hits 8 meters with one equipped. This means that you're practically going to have to be spooning your enemies in order to land your hits, which if I'm going to be real with you, I'm still getting used to. Literally, I am totally whiffing, and since its animation speeds aren't the fastest, even with max Berserker stacks, it's just totally a feels bad moment having to watch the animations play out as you hit nothing but dead air. Now, speaking of things that drive me crazy, can we talk? Okay, so I have to admit the Fragor Prime is pretty fucking perfect, if you exclude its ridiculously short range. I kid you not, I have spent the night retraining myself to get closer to enemies so that I don't look like a dumbass flailing about wildly. But let's face it, that is exactly how the universe's cruel sense of humor works. It's like hand delivering you your Prince Charming, but tossing in that one trait that absolutely drives you up the wall. Just my luck, I'll be hitting the sheets with someone who seems absolutely amazing just to find out that they either have really weird feet, some strange kind of BO, or worse, they're the kind of person that wants to make love. Literally, what the fuck is that? You're about to shove something inside of me. How is that making love? It's an act of aggression. That's why we call it getting nailed, pounded, drilled. That's why we have phrases like, I want to hit that. No one runs around saying, I'd like to gently caress that. Fuck, if you want to make love, let's make a goddamn chocolate cake because that is far more romantic than deep throat. Shit, in that case, I'd happily take fucked up feet. That's what doggy style is for. Now, cruel jokes from the universe aside, let's get back to the quick draw. So all in all, after a tragic mod sacrifice and some tweaks to my melee habits, I do have to admit that the Fragor Prime is pretty fantastic. Its damage output is nearly unmatched and its statistics just jive, which isn't something that I can say about some of the other Prime releases. In addition, it comes with a V polarity that the Classic didn't have, which is quite nice as it'll get you one step closer to a full build since body count and blood rush setups do eat up a lot of mod capacity. Because let's face it, if you're lacking a bit of length, you better damn well make it up in girth. So thank you all for watching another episode of The Quick Draw. If you haven't caught it, be sure to watch my overview as I fanboy over Vauban Prime Access, as well as my previous Quick Draw on the Axomati Prime. Now, don't forget to do all the things that I asked you to do at the end of every one of these, and as always, stay tuned for more reasons why Doggy Style is kinda fantastic here at A Gay Guy Plays. Oh my god, can you just come here? Oh, Prime Reach, I miss you so bad.